Ezekiel chapter 13. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel, that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, Hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God, Woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit, and have seen nothing. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the waste places. Ye have not risen up in the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel, to stand in the battle of the day of the Lord. They have seen vanity and lying divinations, saying, The Lord saith it, and the Lord hath not sent them. And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word of their prophecy. Have ye not seen a vain vision? And have ye not spoken a lying divination? Ye say, The Lord saith it, albeit I have not spoken. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, Because ye have spoken vanity and have seen lies, therefore behold, I am against you, saith the Lord God. And mine hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writing of the houses of Israel, neither shall they enter into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Lord God. And therefore, because they have deceived my people, saying, Peace, when there was no peace, and one built a wall, and behold, the others daubed it with untempered mortar, say unto them which daub it with untempered mortar, that it shall fall, for there shall come a great shower, and I will send some hailstones, which shall cause it to fall, and a stormy wind shall break it. Lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, Where is the daubing, wherewith ye have daubed it? Therefore thus saith the Lord God, I will cause a stormy wind to break forth in my wrath, and a great shower shall be in mine anger, and hailstones in mine indignation to consume it. So I will destroy the wall that ye have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof may be discovered. And it shall fall, and ye shall be consumed in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Thus will I accomplish my wrath upon the wall, and upon them that have daubed it with untempered mortar, and will say unto you, The wall is no more, neither the daubers thereof, to wit, the prophets of Israel, which prophesied upon Jerusalem, and see visions of peace for it, when there is no peace, saith the Lord God. Likewise, thou son of man, set thy face against the daughters of thy people, which prophesy out of their own heart, and prophesy thou against them, and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Woe unto the women that sew pillows under all armholes, and make veils upon the head of every one that standeth up, to hunt souls. Will ye hunt the souls of my people, and will ye give life to the souls that come unto you? And will ye pollute me among my people for handfuls of barley, and for pieces of bread, to slay the souls of them that should not die, and to give life to the souls that should not live, in lying to my people that hear your lies? Wherefore, thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will have to do with your pillows, wherewith ye hunt the souls to make them flee, and I will tear them from your arms, and will let the souls go, even the souls that ye hunt to make them flee. Your veils also will I tear, and deliver my people out of your hand, and they shall no more be in your hands to be hunted. And ye shall know that I am the Lord, because with your lies ye have made the heart of the righteous sad, whom I have not made sad, and strengthened the hand of the wicked, if he should not return from his wicked way, by promising him life. Therefore ye shall see no more vanity, nor divine divinations, for I will deliver my people out of your hand, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. Ezekiel chapter 14. Then came certain of the elders of Israel unto me, and sat before me. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, these men have set up their idols in their heart, and put the stumbling block of their iniquity before their face. Should I, being required, answer them? Therefore speak unto them, and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Every man of the house of Israel that setteth up his idols in his heart, and putteth the stumbling block in his iniquity before his face, and cometh to the prophet, I the Lord will answer him that cometh according to the multitude of his idols, that I may take the house of Israel in their own heart, because they are all departed from me through their idols. Therefore say unto the house of Israel, Thus saith the Lord God, Return and withdraw yourselves, and turn your faces from your idols, and turn your faces from all your abominations. For every one of the house of Israel, or of the stranger that sojourneth in Israel, which departeth from me, and setteth up his idols in his heart, and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face, and cometh to a prophet, or to inquire of him for me, I the Lord will answer him for myself, and I will set my face against that man, and will make him an example and a proverb. I will cut him off from the midst of my people, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. And if the prophet be deceived, when he hath spoken a thing, I the Lord have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out mine hand upon him, and will destroy him from the midst of my people of Israel, and they shall bear their punishment. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that asketh, that the house of Israel may go no more astray from me, neither be polluted any more with all their transgressions, that they may be my people, and I may be their God, saith the Lord God. The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by committing a trespass, then will I stretch out mine hand upon it, and will break the staff of bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and I will destroy man and beast forth of it. Though these three men, Noah, Daniel, and Job, were among them, they should deliver but their own souls in their righteousness, saith the Lord God. If I bring noisome beasts into the land, and they spoil it, so that it be desolate, no man may pass through, because of the beast. Though these three men were in the midst thereof, as I live, saith the Lord God, they shall save neither sons nor daughters, they only shall be delivered, but the land shall be waste. Or if I bring a sword upon this land, and say, Sword, go through the land, so that I destroy man and beast out of it, though these three men were in the midst thereof, as I live, saith the Lord God, they shall deliver neither sons nor daughters, but they only shall be delivered themselves. Or if I send a pestilence into this land, and pour out my wrath upon it in blood, to destroy out of it man and beast, though Noah, Daniel, and Job were in the midst of it, as I live, saith the Lord God, they shall deliver neither son nor daughter, they shall but deliver their own souls by their righteousness. For thus saith the Lord God, How much more when I send my fourscore judgments upon Jerusalem, even the sword and famine and noisome beast and pestilence, to destroy man and beast out of it. Yet behold, there shall be left a remnant of them, that shall be carried away both sons and daughters. Behold, they shall come forth unto you, and ye shall see their way and their enterprises, and ye shall be comforted concerning the evil that I have brought upon Jerusalem, even concerning all that I have brought upon it. And they shall comfort you when ye see their way and their enterprises, and ye shall know that I have not done without cause all that I have done in it, saith the Lord God. Ezekiel chapter 15. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what cometh of the vine tree above all to other trees, and of the vine branch which is among the trees of the forest? Shall wood be taken thereof to do any work? Or will men take a pin of it to hang any vessel thereon? Behold, it is cast in the fire to be consumed. The fire consumeth both the ends of it, and the midst of it is burned. Is it meet for any work? Behold, when it was whole, it was meet for no work. How much less shall it be meet for any work, when the fire hath consumed it, and it is burnt? Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, As the vine tree that is among the trees of the forest, which I have given to the fire to be consumed, so will I give the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and I will set my face against them, and they shall go out from one fire, the other fire shall consume them, and ye shall know that I am the Lord when I set my face against them, and when I make the land waste, because they have greatly offended, saith the Lord God. Ezekiel chapter 16. Again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, cause Jerusalem to know her abominations, and say, Thus saith the Lord God unto Jerusalem, Thine habitation and thy kindred is of the land of Canaan. Thy father was an Amorite, and thy mother was a Hittite. And in thy nativity, when thou wast born, thy navel was not cut off, thou wast not washed in water to soften thee, thou wast not salted with salt, nor swaddled in cloths. None eye pitied thee to do any of these things unto thee, or to have compassion upon thee. But thou wast cast out in the open field to the contempt of thy person in the day that thou wast born. And when I passed by thee, I saw thee polluted in thine own blood, and I said unto thee, When thou wast in thy blood, thou shalt live. Even when thou wast in thy blood, I said unto thee, Thou shalt live. I have caused thee to multiply as the bud of the field, and thou hast increased and waxen great. Thou hast gotten excellent ornaments. Thy breasts are fashioned, thine hair is grown, whereas thou wast naked and bare. Now when I passed by thee and looked upon thee, behold, thy time was the time of love. And I spread my skirts over thee, and covered thy filthiness. Yea, I swear unto thee, and entered into a covenant with thee, saith the Lord God, and thou becamest mine. Then washed I thee with water. Yea, I washed away thy blood from thee, and I anointed thee with oil. I clothed thee with embroidered work, and shod thee with badgers' skins, and girded thee about with fine linen, and covered thee with silk. I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thine hands, and a chain on thy neck, and I put a frontlet upon thy face, and earrings in thine ears, and a beautiful crown upon thine head. Thus wast thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen and silk, embroidered work. Thou didst eat fine flour, and honey and oil, and thou wast very beautiful, and thou didst grow up into a kingdom. And thy name was spread among the heathen for thy beauty, for it was perfect through my beauty which I had set upon thee, saith the Lord God. Now thou didst trust in thine own beauty, and playedst the harlot, because of thy renown, and hast poured out thy fornications on every one that passed by. Thy desire was to him. And thou didst take thy garments, and decked thine high places with divers colors, and playedst the harlot thereupon. The like things shall not come, neither hath any done so. Thou hast taken thy fair jewels made of gold, and of my silver, which I had given thee, and madest to thyself images of men, didst commit whoredom with them, and tookest thou embroidered garments, and coveredst them. Thou hast set mine oil and my perfume before them, my meat also, which I gave thee as fine flour, oil, and honey, wherewith I fed thee, thou hast set it before them as a sweet savour. Thus it was, saith the Lord God. Moreover, thou hast taken thy sons and thy daughters, whom thou hast borne unto me, and these thou hast sacrificed unto them, to be devoured. Is this thy whoredom a small matter, that thou hast slain my children, and delivered them to cause them to pass through fire for them? And in all thine abominations and whoredoms thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth, when thou wast naked and bare, and wast polluted in thy blood. And beside all the wickedness, woe, woe unto thee, saith the Lord God. Thou hast also built unto thee high places, and hast made thee an high place in every street. Thou hast built thine high place at every corner of the way, and hast made thy beauty to be abhorred. Thou hast opened thy feet to every one that passed by, and multiplied thy whoredom. Thou hast also committed fornication with the Egyptians, thy neighbors, which have great members, and hast increased thy whoredom, to provoke me. Behold, there I did stretch out mine hand over thee, and will diminish thine ordinary, and deliver thee unto the will of them that hate thee, even to the daughters of the Philistines, which are ashamed of thy wicked way. Thou hast played the whore also with the Assyrians, because thou wast insatiable. Yea, thou hast played the harlot with them, and yet couldst not be satisfied. Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication from the land of Canaan unto Chaldea, and yet thou wast not satisfied herewith. How weak is thine heart, saith the Lord God, seeing thou dost all these things, even the work of a presumptuous, whorish woman, in that thou buildest thine high place in the corner of every way, and makest thine high place in every street, and hast not been as an harlot that despiseth a reward, but as a wife that played the harlot, and taketh others for her husband. They give gifts to other whores, but thou givest gifts unto all thy lovers, and rewardest them that they may come unto thee on every side for thy fornication. And the contrary is in thee from other women in thy fornications. Neither the like fornication shall be after thee, for in that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee, therefore thou art contrary. Wherefore, O harlot, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God, because thy shame was poured out, and thy filthiness discovered, through thy fornications with thy lovers, and with all the idols of thine abominations, and by the blood of thy children, which thou didst offer unto them. Behold, therefore, I will gather all thy lovers, with whom thou hast taken pleasure, and all them that thou hast loved, and all them that thou hast hated, and I will even gather them round about against thee, and will discover thy filthiness unto them, that they may see all thy filthiness. And I will judge thee after the manner of them that are harlots, and of them that shed blood. And I will give thee the blood of wrath and of jealousy. I will also give thee into their hands, and they shall destroy thine high place, and shall break down thine high places. They shall strip thee also out of thy clothes, and shall take thy fair jewels, and leave thee naked and bare. They shall also bring up a company against thee, and they shall stone thee with stones, and thrust thee through with their swords. And they shall burn up thine houses with fire, and execute judgments upon thee in the sight of many women. And I will cause thee to cease from playing the harlot, and thou shalt give no more reward any more. So will I make my wrath toward thee to rest, and my jealousy shall depart from thee, and I will cease, and be no more angry, because thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth, but hast provoked me with all these things. Behold, therefore, I also have brought thy weight upon thy head, saith the Lord God. Yet hast thou not considered all thine abominations. Behold, all that use proverbs shall use this proverb against thee, saying, As is the mother, so is her daughter. Thou art thy mother's daughter, that hath cast off her husband and her children, and thou art the sister of thy sisters, which forsook their husbands and their children. Your mother is an Hittite, and your father an Amorite. And thine elder sister is Samaria, and her daughters that dwell at the left hand, and thy younger sister that dwelleth at thy right hand is Sodom, and her daughters. Yet hast thou not walked after their ways, nor done after their abominations, but as it had been a very little thing, thou wast corrupted more than they in all thy ways. As I live, saith the Lord God, Sodom thy sister hath not done, neither hath she nor her daughters, as thou hast done, and thy daughters. Behold, this was the iniquity of thy sister Sodom. Pride, fullness of bread, and abundance of idleness was in her, and in her daughters. Neither did she strengthen the hand of the poor and needy, but they were haughty and committed abomination before me. Therefore I took them away as it pleased me. Neither hath Samaria committed half of thy sins, but thou hast exceeded them in thine abominations, and hast justified thy sisters in all thine abominations which thou hast done. Therefore, thou which hast justified thy sisters, bear thine own shame for thy sin, that thou hast committed more abomination than they which are more righteous than thou art. Be thou therefore confounded also, and bear thy shame, seeing that thou hast justified thy sisters. Therefore I will bring again their captivity, with the captivity of Sodom and her daughters, and the captivity of Samaria and her daughters, even the captivity of the captains in the midst of them, that thou mayest bear thine own shame, and mayest be confounded in all that thou hast done, and that thou hast comforted them. And thy sister Sodom and her daughters shall return to their former state. Samaria also and her daughters shall return to their former state, when thou and thy daughters shall return to your former state. For this thy sister Sodom was not heard of by the report in the day of thy pride, before thy wickedness was discovered, as in that same time of the reproach of the daughters of Aram, and of all the daughters of the Philistines round about her, which despised thee on all sides. Thou hast borne thereof thy wickedness and thine abomination, saith the Lord. For thus saith the Lord God, I might even deal with thee as thou hast done, when thou didst despise the oath in breaking the covenant. Nevertheless, I will remember my covenant made with thee in the days of thy youth, and I will confirm unto thee an everlasting covenant. Then thou shalt remember thy ways, and be ashamed, when thou shalt receive thy sisters, both thy elder and thy younger, and I will give them unto thee for daughters, but not by thy covenant. And I will establish my covenant with thee, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, that thou mayest remember and be ashamed, and never open thy mouth any more, because of thy shame, when I am pacified toward thee for all that thou hast done. Thus saith the Lord God.